Nancy Stitchin, how are you making these late lives? Speaking of late, I feel bad for the UK people. I'm sorry, guys. I've been gone. I went out on a little date with my son when he got off school today, and I feel bad because I've had people say, Reese, can you do an earlier live to can you do something for me and quit thinking about yourself for a change? You think you can quit being selfish? Oh, he's a good person now. He's a great person. Now, here's the problem. Not everybody would put up with it though, because here's the problem. He says, yes, you gave me a bone and you fed me my lunchies and you took me up to grandma's to walk me, but that's not enough. I still need to look deep into your eyeballs and I need to sit there with you while you poop on the toilet, just like this. When I poop, Bo does this. I'm not kidding. Hey, Laura Dupree. He says, I have to be like a toddler and we have to hold hands everywhere we go. Yes, we do. And he says, nobody else would put up with that. We know this, Bubba. We know this. That's why you went to Yale. True to it. Whine a little bit more. I need a card. It's a whirlwind. Rochelle Brown. Mods, thank you for being here. Hey, December. Squirrel Girl. Hey, Marie Marion. He's a great person, though. Katie Fulton. Sherry Taylor. Trixie. It's a lot. West Coast. Were you really West Coast fancy, Nancy? Remember, I bought this t shirt with Angie Moe at the, what was it? Where were we? What were we doing? What's it called? Hey, Cheryl Fraser. Flea market, the Nashville flea market. Nancy, I love this. I guess so, Nance. But I'm serious. I love to see you. Hey, Happy Phantom. Yeah, so I was born in 84. Let's not confuse that because I realize I look 15, right? Like I know everybody thinks that I'm Huxley's sister, even though I'm his mom, right? No, that's not right. Original Anne. Hey, Riley's human. Look, we're not done here. We're not done, he says. Oh, we're not done. And he says, I know that you feed me my lunchies, and I know that you take me up to grandma's to walk, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Hey, Moon Taxi. Rudy, welcome. Hey, Miss Sassafras DNV. Well, he's a good person. He's a great person, and he's smiley. He's smiley. Tony Skuta. Hey, Yawn. I know. I know, Bobo. I'm sorry that your life is such a struggle. Guys, we're about to get a bad storm, I think. Yeah, I know. Everybody thinks that I'm Huxley's sister. I get it. It's the no wrinkle effect. Ocean Girl, I'm happy that you made it, my friend. What were we talking about? Hey, Alicia, what were we saying? Joanne Hawley. Ooh, it's weird looking outside. So Hux and I decided to get out. Had a good time too. Bubbies? Bubby? Where's your other brother? All right then. Hey, Lori Lee. Hey, Ghost Rider. Lady O. Good to see you. Hey, Bumblebee. Rhonda Frank. Meredith Lynn. All my faves. Hux and I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Gogo the Greek. Hey, Lumen. Um, I waited for Huxley today to get home from school, and I thought the real reason I wanted to go out on a date was I got a text that my diabetes medication was ready at the pharmacy, of course. Hey, Angel K. Guys, I am sorry it's so late though. Hey, Just Jen, I promise we'll do a earlier show. So I get the text, right, that my the beatus, I love you, Lady O, the beatus medication's ready. And I say, hey, you know what? That's a reason to go into town, son. So I took my child and we went to hey, Buffy, we went to a Mexican place that we've gone to before that gave me the raging poops. And Huxley was like, do you want to go there? And I was like, this is kind of what I talk about on my show. This is to me, hey, Diana Age, like this is my number one rule. I'm like, if you hate watching me, why do you watch? Hey, Martin, like, that's how I always reference it. I'm like, why don't we go eat at that restaurant that made us crap ourselves? Well, I broke my own rule. So now if you're hate watching, I just want to say I was wrong again. Okay. I'm willing to be wrong. I will take accountability as a ex-Scientologist. I'm happy to take accountability. We do it all the time. So we went and ate, and I got something different, and I still haven't crapped myself. And again, this is like the broccoli last night. It's like all of a sudden I have a gallbladder. Weird, right? Like all of a sudden it's nothing is liquefying. Like usually my spleen liquefies and it just comes out. I lose all muscle function in my rectum. So I got this, oh God, it was so good. It was called a chili poblano, which I think is the same thing as a chili relleno, which I realize I'm not pronouncing correctly at all. Thank you, Rhonda Frank. I realize that is the most worst American pronunciation that you've ever heard. I'm well aware of it, but go ahead and write about it. I'm here for you and for you to get views. Oh my God, though. And this is why I can't believe that I'm not pooping myself right now. She brings it to me on a plate, and it's a deep fried poblano pepper stuffed with the cheese. Stuffed with the cheese. Okay. Hey, Chrissy Twig and Rehano? Interesting, West Coast Fancy Nancy. We'll get back to that. We'll keep it in our Rolodex. So this thing comes to me floating on a plate of grease, like Ruth's Chris brings their steaks, like floating on butter. At least that's what I remember. It's been a long time. They closed the Ruth's Chris in Kansas City like over 10 years ago. But when I ate there then, those steaks were so good, but they would float in butter, and then your a-hole would just float out with the butter. Rehano? Is that it originally, Ann? Rehano? Hey, Becky USA. Hey, T. Louise. Yeah, Liz R. It wasn't spicy, DNB. Hey, Cliff Ann. Rayano. All right, let's just move on with our life. Hey, Mags. It was so good. So they stuffed it. But what shocked me, see, I don't love those usually because it's kind of eggy. Like the batter isn't usually crispy, and it's, oh, Becky USA, you better believe it. What's this now, Rhonda? Okay, thanks, Katie. It's Hano. Hey, no. Hey, Just As I Am. Hey, Richard Sparks. Oh, hold on. Rhonda Frank. Could be why I feel feisty. Let's get feisty tonight, Reese. I'm in the mood. I need a friend with benefits. Damn, Rhonda Frank, that's different for you. And I'm impressed by your openness. And you give me the topic, and I will be happy to make everybody uncomfortable. I'm happy to do it. So you just put the topic out there, and I will say what everybody's thinking but doesn't want to say. Speaking of, so I get this thing, and usually... Okay, we're still trying on this pronunciation. Wow, we're really stuck on it. Okay, I'll keep trying for you then. Hey, Tammy Kennelly. So Riley's Human says chili Reno. Okay. Laura DePreet says Ray no. Okay. Liz R says Ray no. Good for you, Rhonda Frank. I couldn't be happier for you. I too would love to hop back in the saddle. You know what I mean? Katie Fulton is trying with us. Hey, Katie did it. A lot of people really want me to get this right. Moon Taxi. So normally the batter is eggy and soft. Not our favorite. This thing comes like crispy fried, but floating on a plate of grease. And the second you look at it, you look at this floating plate of grease. She literally sat it down. She goes, hot plate, like they always do. And I looked at this plate of grease, and then I looked at where my gallbladder should be. And I was like, don't fail me now. Okay. Don't fail us now. Hey, Alana. And hey, Jessica Waddy minus the L. I don't like it like that, Bumblebee. I hear that, Richard Sparks. So I take a look at this plate of grease, and I looked at my empty space where my gallbladder goes. And then I turned around and I looked at where my beehole is, and I said, hold it together. You used to have such good clamping muscles. Let's just try to hold it until we get home. We live in the country. Please don't fail me now. Um, Kim is blue. You knew it. So I can't believe it. I didn't shit myself, and I still haven't. Okay. Even my friend is texting me the pronunciation. I mean, if you guys want to unsubscribe over it or something, I get it. Like, I get you're upset with me about this. So I tore that thing up. And I mean, I tore it up. And I just said, I'm going to give it up to God with my rectum. Damn near killed him. So, hey, Molly Moon, B Willow 5, welcome in, girl. So we ate that. We went on our date. God, it was so good. Huxley gets the same damn thing every time we go out. He gets 2 tacos with a side of rice. That's all he ever eats. Not me. I mowed through this thing. It was so good. So that was fun. We got to go out to, okay, Rieno Cumberbatch. Hey, Rain. So that was fun, right? That was a good time. We rarely do that anymore. We just went on a mother-son date. That's so true, Alana. And what are you doing? I don't know what that means, and you're scaring me. Rhonda Frank is really trying to get back in the hey, Liz Triggs. I just want a wild F. Damn, Rhonda. No slow mode. Oh my God, she's more wild than I am. Going to have to get back on the dating site. But I want to talk about dating sites while we're at it tonight, guys. I don't have much of a topic. I really wasn't even going to be here. You know, it's not my shift, to be honest. I'm picking up somebody else's shift, and we got to keep those numbers pumped. You know what I mean? You got to keep the numbers pumped for people. And I feel bad when people's numbers tank. I got to come on here and talk about my rectum to get those numbers back up. And it works 60% of the time. It works every time. All right. So Renee B, here's the deal. Couple of things. First, we have to go through what happened that was embarrassing. And I you know, I'm trying not to, oh boy. You guys, people who you don't think are watching. Funny shit these days. Hey, Catherine B. Hey, Tammy. Lisa Kelson. What was I saying? Okay, so this is embarrassing, but 2 embarrassing things happened back to back tonight. Donna Cooper, you know what that's about. We're in the restaurant, and I'm not going to say who, and you wouldn't know anyway, but I saw somebody I know in this restaurant. Actually, I saw 2 people I knew. Hey, Teresa. Oh my God, Teresa, I'm sorry that happened, but I'm happy to hear that you're home. I'm sorry, Teresa. I think about you a lot. Do you have my phone number? I don't think you do. I wish you did. I'd like to give it to you. Let me just read it off here. I might as well. I'm getting all these random texts from people that are just saying hello. I got a call yesterday and someone was just breathing on the other end of the phone, and it scared the ever living right out of me. And I thought, some of the people who hate me have my phone number, and I think they're giving it out to people. And you should have seen it. It was so funny. My phone rings and I was like, hello. And there was literally it was literally Ted Bundy on the other line. It was someone who was like, and I went, okay, you're creeping me out. I was like, stop breathing on me. You're steaming up my tail. And then I just hung up. It really freaked me out. And then I started getting texts that were like, hello, Clarice. And I was like, all right, get the hell out of here. Well, look at that, because it's kind of funny at this point. It's a lot funny at this point. And you know what? What's the alternative? There isn't one, right? It's 6-1. Quit trying to eat turds, Bo. Half a dozen, right? Teach a man to fish. You're not going to find an IN team. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. So there's that. But anyway, so I saw 2 people in this restaurant, and I'm a little bit like, I have this effect on people. No one ever wants to really run into me. But these 2 people passed me, and one of them, I made eye contact, and I know these people, like I know them by name. Have you ever done this? I mean, I'm not mad about it because I've done this. These people, one of them, the second one did not. The first one looked right at me. They were getting seated at a table. I was already in my booth comfortably eating my chips, right? Leslie Mosley's still at it. Relano, not Rolano. Okay. You guys are really serious about the pronunciation of Chili Relano. And don't even get me started on Pico de Gallo. Pico de Gallo. Okay. I'm from the Midwest. Remember? They know. Shay B. Thank you, Shay B. So they come walking down. We make eye contact. Have you ever done this? Have you ever just played it off like you didn't make eye contact? Oh my god, it was so awkward. I even did this for a second. So pretend that you're them. And we looked at each other and I was going to say something and then she went like literally made eye like locked eyeballs and I went and I was going to say hi. I know this person by name and she went like admiring the wallpaper, the mural on the wall. I was like, oh, okay. We're pretending you didn't see me. That is so awkward, but I have to be honest. Rain virus Noah, I ordered a hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvres, anybody? Yeah, trying to pretend they didn't see you. Now I'm guilty of it. I've done that with people before where I'm like, oh my God. And you just like pretend that you didn't see them. That was awkward. And for a second, it started to hurt my self esteem. And then I remembered that I don't have any self esteem. And I was like, that could have hurt, but it didn't. Yeah, I should have just said that, Anne. I should have been like, oh, we're pretending like we don't know each other. Okay. How awkward, though. How awkward, too, that I'm running into people here that I know. I haven't even lived here very long. What, like a month? So that was embarrassing. So then Hux and I, we go to Costco. Yeah, I should have, Rhonda Frank. I should have just gone up. I should have walked over to their booth and been like, hey, you. Hey, sport. How you doing, champ? So then we go to Costco. When do I ever make it out of Costco without something embarrassing happening? Hey, Lisane, does it happen? I feel like Costco is meant for that. For me, anyway. It couldn't be worse. So Huxley, you remember he needed milk last night? So we go to Costco. I get my diabetes medication. We get the milk. Hey, Amy Edge, we get the eggs because that kid mows through hard-boiled eggs. So I was like, might as well get some eggs while we're here, right? What else do we get? The beef sticks. We get the protein. We got the protein bars. We got to get all this stuff. The child is like this. He doesn't have a job, but you'd think he did because you'd think he's a personal trainer. Like Huxley is like, do you know where the weight room is? I'm like, no, Bowflex. I don't. Hey, Donna. Hey, no one. No, DNV. So we go up to pay as any grifter does, right? We go up to pay with our money that we grift. Hey, old Charlie. Now, this is probably where being a Scientologist, I don't know. Maybe it's not. I think maybe it's just being a human being. But I go up and Huxley, oh, we got paper towels. So see, that's the alternative right there. When you run into a frenemy and this went into shock and started fake complimenting the obvious non-flattering changes she's went through. Yeah, so that's the alternative. So I kind of get running into someone, locking eyes, and then being like, oh, there's our table, and like pretending you didn't see me. Because what's the alternative, Katie Fulton? Exactly that. Then you do the awkward small talk, and you're like, hey, you? What are you doing here? Getting to Chili Relano? Interesting. Weird. Careful, you'll shit yourself and then go sit down. It's like there's two choices here and neither one of them are great. Do I carry my grifter money in a separate satchel? Interesting. I haven't used the word satchel ever. Did I smash this nose pad? Feels like it needs to be adjusted. Yeah, I carry it in a separate little pouch that says cash money, grifters only. That's what it says. And then on the back, it says all about that grift life. And then on the inside, it says the grift life chose me. I didn't choose the grift life. And then I was going to get grift life on my hands, if that's cool with you guys. I mean, I figure put it out there, Lumen. Do it. Double down. Write a book. Get out there and be somebody, right? Enjoying you standing up for yourself, Blue Girl. Thank you so much. Would you call this standing up for myself, or would you just call it like one last hooray? I don't know that I'd call this standing up for myself as much as I'd call this just going out in a blaze of glory. Like it's going to happen anyway. You might as well just say whatever shit is on either end, right? Hey, how are you? The last time I ate here, I shit myself. Have a great day. Enjoy the chips, and the cheese dip is amazing. Hey, Joe Virus. Silly people. She only goes when someone else is paying. You would know that too. That's true. I like to pretend that I forgot my grifter pouch at home. I like to make Huxley pay. Put that over on your hate site. That'll really stir him up. She approached my dad at a booth. I was cornered. She walked away, looked at my dad, and said, Okay, well, I hope the forces of evil find their way to her front door. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we get all our shit. We're putting it up on the cart. I'm looking for Mike. You know, Mike, my favorite guy at Costco, the cashier who hates me, and I always look for his line. Huxley laughs every. Did I say hi to you, little bubble, or did I just do it in my head? I'll do it twice then. Hey, little bubble. I always look for Mike, and Huxley's like, Mom, leave Mike alone. Like, I make that dude so uncomfortable. Me too, Susan Cook. I'm like, Mike. And he's always like, oh, man, I like Mike. I'm not giving up on him. He wasn't there tonight. So, and I'm glad. Oh my God, I'm so glad. So we go up to get our grifter pouch out, pay with our grifter money. I love him, Kim is blue. I'm not ready to give up yet. Love you, little bubble. I looked for Mike. I like Mike. He has cool hair. He has like a Jeff tummy. I'm into it. Are you going to do it or not? Okay. It's our little potato. It's our little potatoes. Little softy potato. Oh, kid. So Mike wasn't there, guys. All right. Hey, cry me a river. This is embarrassing. So Huxley puts the damn paper towels up. Okay. And he grabs all the other shit. And I was like, let me get the eggs because I'm afraid, right? Like he's going to do something. Well, actually, I should have let him do it. Muffet Lou, give up on Adam, girl. Come on. So I go to put the eggs up, and the entire container flings open like a fucking circus carnival, like a Ferris wheel. And eggs went everywhere. And I almost walked away. Remember how we talked the other day, how I said, if I ever were to fall, like I would get up and just pretend it wasn't me. And I'd be like, it wasn't. Why are you asking if I'm okay? I'm fine. It was that other lady. I was just helping her up. Hey, Pepper Jelly, all these fucking eggs go flying like an Easter egg hunt. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that did not just happen. That didn't just happen. Yeah, Lisa Kelson, and it is a nightmare, girl. You scared me. The $1 million golden diamond encrusted bra by Victoria's Secret Britney Spears wore years ago that I bought off Poshmark and keep your grifter money in. Oh, I forgot that I bought Britney Spears $1 million encrusted diamond bra. That's what I keep my grifter money in. That's right. Thank you for reminding me of that. I was so embarrassed. I was like, original Anne. I was like, that didn't just happen. And thank God Chelsea Marie was our going to say waitress. Chelsea Marie was our cashier at Costco. And I said, that didn't just happen. So it didn't. And she was like, it's okay. And I was like, well, it's okay because it didn't happen. There's like eggs dripping. There was eggs everywhere. And I was like, what do I owe you? Like, I just pretended. I was like, I'm stepping around. Moosey! You guys, look who it is. Bubsy? Moosey. Look at our little Crim. It's Murderer Moose. He's a Crim like his father. Hey, Heather Landau. Oh, she's so beefy. Moosey, tell us about how you kill things. Yeah, it was amazing, Katie Fulton. Look at, okay, see ya. Moosey, you're a Crim like your dad. You always will be. Hey, Marissa Martin. Hey, Ree. It wasn't a Butterfinger situation, though, Anne. That's the problem. It's Costco's fault. I even said that to the girl. She goes, it's okay. And I said, of course it's okay. I said, look, I'm more than happy to take accountability. I'm an ex-Scientologist. That's what we're here for, to take my accountability and yours as well. That's what we do. We're your service in the service industry, we take on account. Hey, Liz Delgado, we show up when you need accountability taken for anybody and everybody. For those that are not willing to take accountability, call a lifeline that's a Scientologist, because we will take it all on. Okay. So I just said that to her and I said, I get it. Like, I'm willing to take accountability when it's due, but I'm not willing to today because the lid was open. And I think right here, right now, and I'm going to say this on live television, I think people were in the egg room popping them open. I think there was a bunch of hoodlums in there, if you ask me. I think there was a bunch of hootenannies. Hey, Copper Top, in the egg room in Costco. And I think they were just opening each end of the eggs. And they were waiting for me. Okay. They knew I was going to be there. And they popped that shit open and they were like, now we wait. Everybody follow her. I'm sure it was all of my biggest haters. They're just following me around Murfreesboro, just popping open the fucking egg cartons. It'll happen again. Watch, mark my words. The crims in the egg room. Yeah, the crims in the egg room. Yeah, bunch of hoodlums, original and bunch of hootenannies. Rain virus, exactly. And I am thoroughly embarrassed. I'm serious. Those eggs, you know how eggs like spin? They were like, yeah, a bunch of dusty ass suns. Osa got really creative, Bumblebee. Osa was in the egg room. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. There's no reason. Okay, first of all, let's just do the math. Let's look at this scientifically, okay? How many cartons of eggs have I purchased at Costco, roughly? I mean, as a grifter, as a dry beggar, how many cartons? That kid goes through so many eggs. Absolutely, Katie Fulton. I mean, let's just be realistic. How many eggs? Dozens. How many of those? 30? It's never happened before. It's never happened before. Now I ask you, now think it through. That's right. Think it through. Jen, a hootenanny is an event. Hooligans are hoodlums. Well, it's an H word and it fits in just like the rest, right? Thank you, Renee B. Anyway, the point is, I couldn't have apologized more. I was like, I am so. Hello, Costco. Can you point me to the egg room, please? You don't open the cartons before you buy? Hey, Bo Beats. Wow, that's very kind, Bo, of both of you gals. Thank you. You don't open the cartons before you buy? No, and here's why, Mags. Not with Costco eggs. These are magic eggs. The carton is clear on the top and bottom. So you simply lift a little bit above eye level, I would say, Mags. So you hold the eggs about yay high, okay? And then you simply go, okay? That's similar to when I'm in the shower cleaning my fupa. You lift, you get under, you get on top. You do that when you have any kind of flaps. You know what I mean? You just want to make sure you lift anything that needs to be, pull anything to the side, anything like that. It's the same thing when you're checking your eggs. Moose is pretty cute. Gertrude is sleeping. She just ate her dinner. I'm telling you right now that somebody went into that egg room. Hey, Carrie Wilson. Yeah, Lisa. Somebody went into that egg room before me, before I got there. A couple of hootenannies. They opened that shit up. I know they did. All right. I'm not crazy. They are. What was I saying? So switching over for Rhonda Frank. Rhonda Frank, look, I'm having this conversation for a friend. It's not me. Okay. It's probably for Rhonda Frank. Yeah, eggs. Well, I have to get eggs at Costco, Marissa Martin, because I have a teenager that eats 24 hard-boiled eggs a week. That kid eats so many Plus, I wanted to make some egg salad lately. I've been kind of craving egg salad, and I will only eat my own. I will not eat anybody else's egg salad. Hey, Cheryl Roberts. So just the store eggs, girl. Why is it so hot in here all of a sudden? I was cold, so I put this on and now I'm hot. Um, Rhonda Frank, Reese, emergency. Please name your favorite top 2 cheapest 2 dry shampoo brands. Well, I can't give you cheapest, but I will tell you one thing right here, right now. Actually, this is cheapest. Listen up, Caitlin T. Listen up. Open your ears. Amika products, my favorite shampoo brand, is doing 30% off right now. I only see them do that on Black Friday, and it's till May 15th. So you've got a little bit, you have like another week. So their dry shampoo, the Perk Up Plus, is good if you're a dirty, dirty bird like myself. So like, because I'm single, I will go 7, 8 days. As we get towards summer, I can't push it that long because I sweat and I get gross. But Caitlin, Amika, Amika. Now, hold on, Caitlin, because that's not my favorite dry shampoo. It's my second favorite. But since you're asking, I'll tell you. Don't say that, Mags. Everything site-wide right now is 30% off, Lisa Kelson. Amika is killer. I switch between their Bust Your Brass shampoo. Their purple shampoo is amazing. Here, spell it. All right, let me do it for you. There you go. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. Hold on. This is why I have mods. There they are. Thank you so much, Kathy Ann. This is why I shouldn't be in charge of a keyboard. I spelled it for you. Kathy Ann posted the link. Okay. So just before we get into the next topic, let me just pause for our non-sponsored sponsor. Amika shampoo changes my life. All their products I love, except their dry shampoo is not my favorite, but I use it. Okay. Their volume shampoo. Hey, Killy Billy. I haven't seen you in forever. Their volume shampoo rocks my world. Hey, Hux.
Yeah.
Can you turn the air conditioner down a notch cooler?
Yeah.
Thanks, son. Their volumizing shampoo rocks my world. If you're a blonde, their blonde shampoo rocks my socks right off. Okay. I love that, Katie. I like their smoothing cream. I like their shine spray. I like their volumizing spray. Rocks my world. Okay. But my favorite, are you still with us, Caitlin? Okay, Caitlin, go look. She posted the link right here, babe. 30% off is a big deal for this company. They don't usually do that. The other one, my favorite, Caitlin, you need to know this, is Moroccan Oil's dry shampoo. They right now have the larger bottles. They don't do this ever. I haven't seen it in years. They have the big bottles at the same price as the smaller bottles. So it's $28, I think, but it's a much bigger spray. And if you are a brunette, they have for dark tones. And if you're a blonde, they have it for light tones, and it is my favorite dry shampoo 100 times over. It's my favorite dry shampoo. I love it. I stock up on it. Like I have 2 or 3 bottles in my cabinet in my bathroom. I always have for years. I always have 2 or 3 extra bottles, which is stupid, right? I haven't bought any in forever, but a bottle lasts me like 6 months. So I always have like a huge stock. That's my favorite hair product. Oddly enough, though, I don't like Moroccan oil anything else. Well, that's not true. I love their oil. I use the actual oil on my ends, and I love their purple oil. They have a new purple oil for blondes. Otherwise, I don't give a holy hell about any other Moroccan oil products. And I hate their shampoos. I don't like them. I don't know why. But Caitlin T, you need to know that. Here's the link again, because Kathy Ann put that up for us again. Moroccan oil right here, the jumbo bottle. Yeah, get it, girl. Do it. Mags, it's up to you. I mean, I get the one obviously for light tones, but God, I love that dry shampoo. I dry shampoo at night before I go to bed. And then I do it in the morning. Julia, hey, Julia 2005. And then I do a little in the morning. Okay. Hang on to that. Put it in your back pocket. So asking for a friend. Reese, I have oily hair. Let me help you, Lisa. Let's see. Of course, this makes me think of that meme that I posted. Oh my God, where is it? I wish I knew. I wish I knew right away, but I don't. There was a meme that said, "Yes, I'm available to give advice as I climb out of a trash can." Like anybody should be asking me for advice, but please continue with your questions. I have oily hair. Do you know the best product they sell for oily hair? 100% the Moroccan oil one. I have, well, I mean, that's what I prefer. If you really have dirty, dirty hair, if it's really oily, the Amico one that's like, it's called like Perk Up Plus. It's for extended, it's an extended dry shampoo for like us dirty birds, right? Like if you're single, dry shampoo kind of a thing. Like you're not going to do that when you're single, when you're trying to get, you know what I mean? Yeah, you do. What does one do if they have light brown hair with red in it, dark or blonde? Well, I would probably do dark. I'd probably do dark tones. Honestly, it's not going to make that big of a difference. It isn't. But the light tones is really for light tones. It really makes your hair lighter. So I'd probably do the dark tones. Looks like an oil spill after 2 days. Well, I would do either one. The Moroccan oil is my favorite. I love the smell, and I just like I've tried a lot of different dry shampoos and some of them don't do shit. Like I can't, it makes me crazy. I'm like, why did a lot of dry shampoo companies sell them in like travel size bottles? So I will buy different ones to try them. I haven't done this since I moved to Tennessee, but when I lived in Kansas City, I would buy like little bottles to try different stuff. And so I'm an expert on this. Seriously. I always go back to my Moroccan oil. I'm like, nope, sucks. Doesn't hold a candle. Right. So back to what we're trying to say about stuff. Back what we're trying to say. What were we saying? On to Frank. Look, I'm asking for a friend. Okay, Renee B, I'd love to. I'm asking for a friend here, okay? This isn't for me. All right? Hey, Starlina. Rhonda Frank is talking about a dating app. You know, I haven't tried that Caitlin T, but I did see those. Okay, true to it. I did see those. True to it. Did you get my last email? I haven't tried them though. Caitlin T, and I think Amika makes those too. No, Starlina, you came at a great time. Nothing's under control, by the way. So Rhonda Frank's talking about a dating app, and I'm asking for my friend who, oh, damn. See, Rhonda Frank is more than a dating app, okay? I have cat hair on my nose. Hey, Kestrel. Oh my God, look how cute that is. Look at that little crim in a chair. Okay, Megan, thank you. So, you know, I still want to, Katie Fulton. I've had, some friends reach out and say, Reese, you should be on dating apps. And I say, me? What's entailed in a dating app? Does anybody know like what comes with it? How? Yeah, okay, Bo Beats. I'm glad you got my email back. How does my friend, is it safe? Like, should we? I don't think we should. I think it's best to meet guys at Home Depot. This is a fun Thursday. Super cool. Thank you, Reese and friends. Mags, we love you. That's such a nice thing to say. It is a fun Thursday. It's loosey-goosey around here, right? Right? I get what you're saying. And thanks for your super chat, babe. No, it's bad. Wow. Okay. I didn't think I could be more depressed. Dating apps come with sadness and frustration. Okay. God, don't get me started on dating apps. I could write a book. Bad idea. Holy shit. Okay. I met my third husband on a dating app. He almost killed me. All right. I didn't think that I could be more depressed, but suddenly I feel a lot of sorrow and anxiety. I don't do the apps. I did it years ago and it was bad then. I hear it's worse now. Okay. Hey, Michael Malloy. Wow, this sounds horrible. I had no idea, and I'm glad that we asked for my friend. Ocean Girl says, I'm my husband on Plenty of Fish, and we're happily married. You know, I dated a guy in my 20s, and he used to cheat on me with Plenty of Fish, that app. I didn't even know it was still an app. Oh, Alana met her spouse on Plenty of Fish. Well, Lizbeth, that works too. Dating apps are work like social media sites are work. You get what you put into them. So you need to know you want. Wait a minute, though. Don't they have like higher quality ones where you have to pay for it? Very bad. Wasting your life away on dating sites. Damn, guys, this is this is fucking depressing. My male friend says it's a great way to sleep with a different woman every night. Holy gonorrhea. No. I'm not looking for more ways to get the clap. Pepper Jelly met her guy on Match.com. Elite Singles, says Megan. Tried that, wasted my money big time. This is depressing. I didn't think it could get worse. No dating apps, please, Reese. No. Okay. Well, this is not what I expected. Hey, Misfits. Lots of liars and catfish. Better know what you're doing. Scammers on. Okay. Reese, don't do it. Maybe my comment got missed. Mods, can someone please post Reese's P.O. box? Oh, thank you, Anita Card. I tried eHarmony 13 years ago and it sucked. I was always too freaked out and the dudes always looked a lot older. Okay, well, that's okay with me. I'm fine with that. Is there like an old person dating app for my friend? Anne says 3 close friends and one of my brothers met their spouses through dating apps. Okay. All right. That's somewhat promising. Anne? Mm-hmm. I feel like in person is better for you. Probably so. And here's the other thing. And this is I'm being dead serious. Plenty of geezers. I like that. Damn, Lumen, I was thinking the same thing. Here, I have a real question for you guys. This is real. If I went on a date, oh my God, what did Huxley say? Hey, Hux. Hey, Hux.
Yeah.
What'd you say that one time last week when I said, when am I going to start dating or how am I going to date a guy? What'd you say? It was so funny.
I forgot. I think I said like stumble upon him.
Oh yeah, Huxley was so cute. He goes, "Oh, you'll stumble upon him." I thought that was such a cute answer. That's what he said. He goes, "You'll stumble upon him." I was like, "Yeah, you did. That's what you said. You said you'll stumble upon him." I would, Bo Beats, but the thing is, if I start dating, I'm never going to let the guy meet Huxley, not for a very long time, like probably a year in. I'm not bringing any dudes around Huxley. Yeah, Kathy Ann. What? Serial killers hide on dating sites? Cheryl Roberts, stop trying to scare me. Hey, Mary Barons. Okay, no one says you should date my dad. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Here's the problem. Couple of questions. Real, just, off the cuff, just hypotheticals, not necessarily me. I met my partner on Craigslist 20 years ago in the casual encounter section. Oh my God, it's the longest one, nightstand. No one could ever imagine either of us were looking for anything more. I'm not looking on Craigslist. I will remain single. Yeah, Mags. Okay, so hold on. 2 things. One thing, because I forgot what the other one is. Oh, yeah. Okay. First thing, if I were to seriously go on a date, which I do intend to do at some point, right? What do I tell him? What do I say when he says, like, when I go out in the community and people go, "What do you do for a living?" I say, "I work for Google." That's what I say. I don't say I'm a streamer, I'm a YouTuber. I don't do any of that. I'm like, I work for Google. And nobody says anything beyond that. Should I just say that? I would go out and look for that tall Tom Cruise. Kim is Blue. That dude was so hot and I'm depressed about it. Hey, Aileen. Yeah, Julia. What do I say? Go to a wedding. Kestrel, I don't know anybody that gets married though. What would I say? You met your husband at a gas station? Whoa. All right, that could work, sassy. Here's the thing, I'm not uncomfortable talking to people. Like, I'm not, I'll walk up to a guy. I would ask a guy, no, I probably wouldn't actually. I'd be a little nervous to do that. I'd be afraid to be rejected. But uh comedic influencer, Rhonda Frank, you better be back. We're having this conversation because of you, girl. It was the heyday of Craigslist in the Bay Area. Oh my God. Isn't that where a bunch of murderers are? Isn't that where the Zodiac is? Independent contractor. Okay, so here's my serious question. This is very serious. If I were to go on a date, how long before I tell him I do YouTube? I don't want to scare a dude off because what's he going to do? If I say I'm a YouTuber, he's going to go start watching my channel. What a shit show. Nobody's allowed to actually watch my channel except you guys. You know, we just keep it close and tight within this small community. It's not like it gets out. But I'm being serious. I'm not telling anybody that I do YouTube till like a couple of months in because what do you mean, Joe? Oh, Teresa, I think that guy's still alive. What do you mean, Mags? I don't think I should tell the guy I'm a YouTuber. He's gonna go watch. No way that is not being honest with them, Joe, but it's not being dishonest either. Not to me. If I want to keep something like that private, I don't think that's lying. If I were to say I work for Google, I do work for Google. I don't think, well, I disagree with you, Joe. I don't think that's lying. I don't. I think if I want to keep that to myself, like for instance, I don't know that I would tell a guy I had a kid right away. Like there are certain things I've learned being in the public eye that I don't want to share with everybody. Why should I have to share that? I would eventually tell him, but I don't know that I would want to give out that information on a first date. I don't. I don't know that I would want to say this is what I do so that they can go find stuff and they can see all the hate and all of that. Like that's just a disadvantage. And I wouldn't want someone to judge me right up front, right off the bat. I don't know. I think that protects me. I don't want everybody to know that either. It makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's one of the reasons if I go anywhere and people ask me what I do, I'm just like, I work for Google. I don't want people to know that. I don't run around. I remember when I was married to Jeff, God, if we'd run into anybody, not mentioning it is dishonest. Then I guess I'm dishonest. I think it's also by protecting me a little bit. I don't necessarily, that's the other thing. How do I know who's safe? How do I know it's not a setup is what I mean by that. I'm being serious. Like I don't know. I don't know that on a first date I would say I'm a YouTuber and here's my channel and you can go look at it. That's just not something I'm willing to do. I would maybe do it by like the third or fourth date, but I'm not sure that I'm comfortable doing that on a first date. Just say content creator to start out and see how things go on the first date. You need to stay safe for you. What if they're crazy? That's what I mean. What if they're crazy? Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily dishonest. I think it's keeping me safe. It's keeping boundaries. Yeah. Some of you are saying it's lying. Some of you are saying it's not. If I said content creator, though, they'd pull the string on that and they'd go, what do you do? How do you create content? Okay, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. I don't know. Lately, I'm like, don't show all your cards right away. Yeah, Jackie Perkins says, protect yourself and Huxley. I don't think that's first date material. I don't. You guys can disagree with me with that all you want, but I'm not ever going to go on a first date and say, I have a YouTube channel and here's what it is. I'm not comfortable doing that. It's my comfort, right? Thank you. May I have your email to show you hair and talk beauty shop more? Yes. And perhaps we could be dating app accountability buddies. It's seriously time I give it a shot because it's not happening organically. We could. Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily want to email me, Caitlin. I don't mean that. I mean, I don't know that I'm ready to dip my foot into a dating app, but I might. But definitely, I'd love to talk hair and beauty with you, babe. So yeah, mods, if you don't mind posting my email, Caitlin, thank you for your super chat, by the way. I agree 100%. You need not to disclose. Content creator is 100% less scary than saying I'm an ex-Scientologist. Not to me. I'm not ashamed of being an ex-Scientologist, though, Joe. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that. If somebody, like, that's the other, here's what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. I agree with this. Your channel is too personal to invite a new date in. This is what I mean. How the hell am I going to ghost somebody or say, like, I'm not interested? This isn't working for me. What if they start becoming stalkerish? I'm being serious about that. What if they start coming into the chats and like emailing and they're like, I watch your show ever. Like, I don't think it's safe until I decide that I like the person and I want to take the next step on another date and then maybe another date and then maybe another date. But like, I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to just say, here's my channel, feel free to watch it. Because what if things don't work out? What if it gets weird? Yeah, you kind of have to. That's things that I don't think about because I haven't dated being a YouTuber. I've only been married and then cheated on my husband, that old chestnut. Um, Thank you, Lisa. I agree with you, Reese. Not being ashamed shows a lot of growth. I'm not ashamed. I am not embarrassed in any way, shape, or form to say. Matter of fact, I said it to the girl at Costco tonight. I said, well, I'm an ex-Scientologist. So like I actually find that interesting about me. Um, it would be like if somebody said to me, I came from a cult. I wouldn't judge them. It was like when Tommy said, love you, Mags. Hey, Franklin. I was in prison for 13 years. That kind of shit doesn't scare me and it's not shameful to me. Now, Joe, I'm not saying that you were saying it was shameful, but to me, I find it interesting. So like to me, the right guy is going to be like, wow, okay, so I know a little bit about Scientology. Tell me a little bit. Like I don't want to, if I feel ashamed to say that, then I have more work to do on me than I realize. If I can't go on a date and be proud to say where I came from and I'm healing and learning the world, then I'm not in a place yet, right? Like I'm totally okay with saying this is where I came from. Everybody has a story about where they came from and not all of us are proud of that story, but I definitely am not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. And I'm not saying this, Joe, because you're saying I should be. But what I think you said was you should say content creator. Do you know how hard it is for me to say I'm a DJ to new people I meet? Why would that be hard? That's a cool job. I'm not ashamed to say I'm an ex-Scientologist though. Like that wouldn't embarrass me. If that makes me look bad, then you ain't for me. That's how I feel about that. I'm a huge fan of researching folks, whether I meet them online or in person. I want to know if what they'll tell me matches up to the background. Absolutely. I have so many friends now that do background checks for me on pretty much anybody I ask. Like I have people's records pulled up left and right on stuff, and I'm not talking about dates here. Okay. But I have to do that at this point. If I have to protect myself. And I'm not new to this game anymore. And protecting myself with background checks and NDAs are the only way to do it, as far as I'm concerned at this point in life. You should, as a content creator, if you're going to share things behind the scenes with people, background checks and NDAs. And everybody seems to understand that I've come into contact with that knows, look, if I'm going to share this with you, we're going to have to sign an NDA, right? Because that's just how that works. I'm not going to have people in my life anymore. This is my job. So I'm not going to have people in my life anymore going, oh, you're not my friend anymore? Oh, I got the receipts. Reese rejected me as a friend. So I'm going to come out and give my hate story. Let me give my side of it. And I got receipts. Nope, we're not going to do that manipulation station anymore. That's not how that works. So I have to protect myself. And I wouldn't feel safe going on a date saying, this is what I do, right? Like I don't know. I would have to feel comfortable and safe in the water in order to share that. Is that weird? Reese is calling me out, so I'm going to go start a channel. That's awesome. Yeah. Someone who really hates me just put out a message that said Reese is making her mods and people she is friends with sign NDAs. Yes, spread that fire. Make that fire rumble. Let's really fan those flames, guys. Make it more. Do more. We got to give people content. Oh my God, that scared me. It sounded like water was dripping in here and it's kid. Not your concern. I love when people ask me questions that they're not entitled to the answer. Hey, Vicky. Yeah, Joe, let us know the name of your new channel. Why don't you just call it something like The Cult of Reese, The Receipts on Reese, The Reese Cults and Receipts? Yeah, Alicia, I totally agree. And if protecting myself is something I should be ashamed of, and that doesn't scare me. I signed a billion-year contract. Yeah. In business behind the scenes, I'm doing business behind the scenes, and you better believe I'm going to protect myself with people signing NDAs. And that was per my attorney's advice. And when you're really doing business stuff, I think it's important to do that. Just because I have been burned enough. Rebel against Reese. Let's see. Joe hates the cult of Reese and her receipts. That's a good name, but I feel like we can do better than that. I have so many friends who can't say what they do. Yeah, in this business, if you're going to get really close to someone that's has anything to do with Lumen. Well, all you Zoom callers, you guys know you have to sign NDAs. Let's just start this rumor. I want to make it big. You guys help me. Help me make it big. Top it off. I have no idea. I don't follow her. Buffy had to sign an NDA. Yeah. Receivable Reese cat. No, back to being serious, back to what's real. Well, Julia, unfortunately, you don't know what relationships I'm talking about. We have friend DAs. I love that. We don't have that's crazy. I'll answer your text at the end of this. Don't think I'm not listening to you and I'm not trying to be a bitch to you. I'll answer you at the end of this because that's wild. We don't have NDAs. We have friend DAs. I love that. I love that. I had to sign an NDA just to email Reese. Rumor started. Thank you, Lisa Kelson. Thanks for volunteering for that. When do we learn the handshake? Next Zoom call. No joke though. No joke. I have stuff that I've told you guys I'm working on behind the scenes, and I have some people that are helping me with it that are my friends. And absolutely, you're going to sign an NDA because there's real stuff that we're working on. And I'm not a fucking idiot these days. And I've been burned by many people who pretend to be your friend, right? To get into the cool kids group. And then they decide that we're not friends, or I decide we're not friends, or you crossed a line or a boundary. We're going to go share the receipts on Reese. We're not doing that shit again. I sent my signed NDA and sent it to FedEx. You should receive it tomorrow. Alicia, thank you, because you're coming from California, so I'm going to need that by Saturday. Yeah, Martin, we do need to get the Tiny Jesus Con into this. I forgot about the Tiny Jesus Con. That's one of the things I'm working on behind the scenes, by the way. I'm trying to figure out a way to con you guys with the Tiny Jesuses. Thank you, Lisa Kelson. It's all about protecting yourself. It's luckily I have been shown how people are and how angry people. Seamus? I'm sorry, was that Seamus or was that James Earl Jones? Did you guys hear that? Why don't you quit scaring us for a minute? Reese, there are many jobs that women have that can be titillating to men, and keeping your privacy is so important. The last thing you need is someone drawn to you for the wrong reasons. Well, that's happened to me many, many times, Teresa. You don't know how many people have said, you can tell me anything, I'll be your friend. And then 6 seconds later, they're doing a 7-part interview on YouTube, speaking to my current life and how I live and acting like they were my personal assistant that lived in the top bunk above me. So we're not fucking around anymore with that. I'm done with Seamus. Do you mind? We're trying to do a show here. Thanks. We're not. Why do you sound like Rodney Dangerfield? It never doesn't. It's weird every time. Isn't that weird, Katie? I was talking about being in a relationship with a shitty person, not you at all, but the notion of being silenced can be scary. Totally, Julia. Totally. Joe, no respect. So back to the real dating thing. I have to disagree. Look at Seamus or look at Moosey. Oh my God. Is that so cute? Look at him. Look at his body. He's upside down. He is so cute. He flips up on his back like that, and it is so cute. I want a tiny Reese. Put her in my pocket. Blee, 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 blee. Take a tiny Jesus. Put him in your pocket. Blee, 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 blee. Oh my God, you're freaking me out. Quit being weird for a minute. Shames Earl Jones. Oh my God, that was a missed opportunity. Thank you for your super chat, babe, and for starting up the song. Moose is so cute. Can we please get back to what's real for a minute? Because I need your real advice, okay? So Joe Virus and a couple of you disagree. Look, Joe, okay, fine. The people who disagree, let's pretend we're on a first date right now, okay? Pretend you don't know me, all right? I'll have a water, please, with lemon. Thanks. So anyway, yeah, I've had the clap 3 times, but I got rid of it every time. But if you go watch some people, they'll say that I'm a dry begging, sad fishing, clap ridden girl. And that's not true anymore because I got the prescription and I got rid of it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you ready to order? I'm just going to have a crouton and a sugar packet, please. Can you make that crouton garlic buttered crispy? Thank you so much. Yeah. So what do I do? I am I'm a Google technician. So we fix, we're fixers. We are the janitors of Google. So what we do is we make messes. It's weird. It's hard to explain. So we make messes on Google at no fault of our own, right? Seamus, quit being weird. And then we clean up the mess, right? Can I get some ice? Thanks. And then we clean up the messes, and then we make bigger messes. And then what we do is the mess beneath the mess, that's the cesspool, the barnacles, the things, the scum that eats the scum, that stuff. It makes bigger messes is based on my mess. And then what we do is they make money off of me making that mess. And then they create larger messes. And so basically I'm a Google janitor, but I get paid big money to do it. I mean, like so far projection for this year is 600K. So, I mean, it's a good deal, but it will take your soul. We sweep our souls into the dustpan, and then we sprinkle, and then we take the trips. And that's Yeah. And then part time, also for Google, same company, but I am a digital panhandler. And so what I do is I go stand on a street corner and I put, I used to be cool, washed up YouTuber, please help. And they pay me to do that as well. Um, just a lemon wedge whenever you can. Thank you. Hmm? Yeah, like Nancy said. And so my real name isn't Reese, and eventually you'll find that out. It's a totally different name, Marisa, and that's a secret. Only the people on Google know that. And we try to hide it, but they let it slip. So basically, I'm a janitor, but I'm also a dry begging, sad fishing, clap ridden clown girl, circus clown, rodeo clown. So I'm a janitor for Google. Basically, that's what I do. And I sweep up the messes, but then we make bigger messes. That's essentially what it's simple. I know that I oversimplified it, but you get it, right? Sure you do. I'll actually take a Shirley Temple with extra cherries. I'm not driving. You were saying? Oh, you were in prison. You're on parole. You live in a halfway house and you need me to give you a ride back to it. Can I get a to go box for my crouton? I'm sorry, I don't have a gallbladder and my spleen just shot out through my asshole and I'm going to have to get going. So, thank you so much for tonight. It was really good meeting you. That's why I'm not going to tell people what I do. That's what's going to happen to me. Trixie says the conversation should happen organically, right? And I would hope that they would be able to see what an amazing, strong woman you are, despite the rumors that are out there. Yeah, you would think that, Trixie, but that's just not the way the world works. I could, Julie. Yeah. Eat more oatmeal. Hey, Proven G. Let's see. Yeah, I could, Kim is blue. I could just stick to my other job and say I do data entry. I could do that. Does it bother you knowing that since there has been so much awful hate toward you, that any guy or future employer searching you on Google or YouTube, your channel comes up, but also some hate info? No. This job is not for the weak, my friend. If it bothered me, I wouldn't be doing it. No. As a matter of fact, it kind of gives me a little bit of a thrill. It kind of gives the opposite effect for me. No, it doesn't bother me. Not at all. The right person will totally understand. Not worried about it. It's kind of like my friends. I have real friends, right? Like people who know me. I'm not worried about it. Um, love you, Sarah from Cali. See, but Joe seems to think that that's dishonest. If I say I'm a grifter, baby, so why don't you kill me? Do you think it would be dishonest for me to just say I do data entry? Could I do that? Here's the other thing. Eat more oatmeal asking that question. You think for 1 second I'm going to give a first date my last name? They're not going to be able to Google me. I'm not giving them my name. They're not going to get my last name. I'm not sharing. I don't, guys, if I wasn't on YouTube, I wouldn't share my last name. I don't think that's safe. I think women have to keep themselves safe. I'm not going to give up a lot of information. I'm not going to give up that I have a child. Like I'm not going to say any of that stuff until I feel safe saying it. And if that makes me dishonest, then so be it. But I'm going to protect me. And yeah, I work in communication. I think less is more when you're on a first date. And yeah, I would, Sarah from Cali. That's actually a great idea. I would just say that I do a lot of data entry and keep it at that. I'm not going to say I have a kid, not on the first date. And I know it's okay to say that. You said for months though, and that is dishonest to me. I said what for months? Joe is coming from a man's perspective. It's different for women. It's not dishonest, it's your safety. Yeah. With all the stuff I get, like the weird threats and all of that behind the scenes, I'm just not comfortable putting out all of my information on a first date. I'm just not. What if he ends up being a creeper and a half? Find a funny grifter, find a funny grifter, put her in your pocket, blee, 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 blee. I love you, Shelly. Tell them thank you for your super chat. Tell them you work for my dad's company. I do, and nobody ever follows up with questions. That's a good idea. Anyone that's got common sense that actually listens to the hate content about race will quickly realize what a load of crap the hate content really is. It's completely innocuous. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking crazy. And if you just read any of the mean comments I'm reading, one of the dudes yesterday said, someone sent me a mean comment shot, and he said, this is where you get unhinged. Like, this is Teresa's point, and I agree. They're both losing subs. I'll be happy when they have none. Until then, the job's not over. You're fucking insane. Like, if you're taking YouTube that seriously, if you're basically saying like the job's not done till they're dead, like, you've got problems, and that reflects way more on you than me. Anybody that goes and reads comments like that, I feel like this is a game of Farmville. Like, you're a gamer and you're taking it a little too seriously. This is YouTube. It's just social media. Like, calm the fuck down. There's a whole real life out there. So she's right. Teresa's very right. They just are they make themselves look bad. We don't need to help with that. People are fucking unhinged. Reese, are you aware of the reverse image app? All they have to do is reverse image your photo. No, but I probably wouldn't do a dating app, Rain. To be fair, I would just meet someone organically. Yeah, original Anne. Kim is blue. I'm so sorry. That's what I think, Trixie. What? Good rule for everyone, but what's a good rule for dating when you learn last names? 5 dates? You'll have to rephrase your question. I don't know that I understand what you mean. Well, thanks, Vernon. That's really nice of you to become a member, my friend. Yeah, this is just common sense, Rhonda. I don't let anyone know where I live on a first date. Yeah, I would never, ever, ever let a guy come pick me up on a first date. No way. Not on a second date either, probably not even on a third. I'm protective about that, and I don't want him to meet, thank you, Vernon. I don't want him to meet my child. So I don't want anybody to know. I mean, now, of course, if they're going to find out, they're going to find out. And that's just the way it works. I'm pretty public on here, guys. I'm not like, I also realize I can't protect myself 100%. I am in the public eye. If you want to get my address, you're going to get my address, right? If you want to get my last name, you're going to get it. If you're going to reverse image a picture, you're going to do it. These are things I can't control, similar to the unhinged psychopaths that leave those crazy ass comments of, let's kill her channel and we won't stop till the job's done. It's like those crazy people on that Beauty and the Beast movie, like storming the town. It's getting weird, guys. Find a fucking hobby and start collecting stamps, coins, coloring books. Like, find something to do, okay? No such thing as bad publicity. And Franklin makes a huge point here. Putting my name in your titles for your shows or mentioning me as much as they do, they're so unhinged. I'm like their favorite thing in this world to talk about. It's not the worst thing. It is publicity. You have to look at it that way. It is publicity. And thank you for your super chat. How many dates till you tell them your last name? Nah, I mean, I would say 3. Hey, Zoe. I would say probably 3, but I would also say this okay, let me just back up because this is real. Instead of asking me that, you know what advice I would give to a woman? If a woman just asked me that, Reese, how many dates do you give your last name? Instead of asking me that question, let me give that advice to a woman that were asking me. I would say, don't think, feel. How do you feel about this person? Have you felt any red flags? For me, like my gut is going to be paying attention. If I have any bells or alarms going off, it'll be a case by case. 3 dates doesn't equal you get to know everything about me. If I'm not comfortable with you yet, if I'm still not sure, that's up to me. So I would never just spout off a number like 3 dates. Yeah, meh. No, not necessarily. If they give you the creeps, because I've been with some creeps, like I don't want to repeat those cycles. Please be aware that you have to just as many protections up if you meet someone organically or if you meet them online. The idea is more safe is an illusion. It's what you're comfortable with. Totally, totally, totally. But I would never in 1,000 years say like you're good after 3 dates. You can share that with him. You don't know. You have to go with how you feel. And that's dating, that's a friend, that's meeting anybody. Yeah, eat more oatmeal. That is so kind, Vernon. Thank you for saying that. And thank you again for being a member. Yeah, Rain. So I think you, especially, I can't say this so much for men. For women, yeah, Don Moore, your intuition is everything and never, ever, ever ignore it. We've all done that and it's never helped us. It can put you in a really seriously dangerous situation. Don't ignore your effing intuition. Just end it. Get up and leave if you have to. Like, I'm not going to stick around with someone that makes bells and sirens go off in my head, right? Yeah, Rhonda Frank, it's case by case. It depends on how the date goes. And here's my biggest thing. Do you feel safe around them? Because the last couple of guys, I never really felt fully, I don't want to say I felt unsafe, but I didn't feel my walls fall down. I didn't feel my guard fully go down. I didn't feel at ease. I didn't feel like, I feel safe around this person. I rarely feel safe around men. I've felt safe around women, but there's not a lot of men where I'm like, I feel really safe around you. Not always. Not always. I think I have convinced myself that I felt safe around men, but looking back, I was wrong. Yes, don't ever let your head override what your gut is telling you. And Sherry Taylor, that leads me to that FBI lady reel that I played. And she says, why think when I can feel? And I think that is the best advice for especially women. Why think, thank you, Saved by Grace, when I can feel? And she's absolutely right. Your gut never lies. How many of us, because I've done this lots of times throughout my life, how many of us have met someone and gone, ooh, that person makes me feel uncomfortable. But then we use our head and we talk ourselves out of that feeling and go, well, it's a friend of my dad's, or, I mean, everybody knows him. He's great. Or you talk yourself into it and go justifying away how you felt. We've all done that. I have totally felt weird about somebody. And then I've justified it. I let my mind kick in and cut out that feeling of like, oh, we're safe. It's good. So and so's friends with them. They're a friend of a friend. You back it up with something to justify it. And that's never a good thing. Yes, we are good at silencing ourselves, saved by grace. Everybody's done it. Yes, Joe. And that's the other thing, confusing sex with love and love with sex. Like, that's another reason I feel differently about getting physical with someone going forward. I will hella put the brakes on that. As much as I love it, I am not going to do that because that will totally, totally cloud your mind, right? All of us get clouded by that. Especially, I know I do. I can't speak for you guys, but I know I do. I confuse sex with love, sex with attachment, all those things. And once my feelings are involved after that act has happened, then I'm really like Twitter pated and into you and all of that. So no, 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 no. I'm not going to do that. Yep, Joe, exactly. Okay, Rhonda. Yeah, your gut feeling is your number one way of making correct decisions, especially you. I took your human design chart, and that's precisely what it says about you, Reese. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Hazel B says tons of women don't just have those feelings or know what red flags are. They often have to go to therapy to learn what red flags are and look like. Well, that may be true, Hazel B. I can't speak for other women. I can just tell you what I know for me. Yeah, sassy savage. But in all seriousness, I definitely look forward to dating again. I don't want to do it via a dating app. For me, I think dating apps are probably for certain personality types. Like they feel safe doing that first. They are kind of dipping their toe in. I have no problem walking up to a guy at Whole Foods and being like, hey, like I've done it 100 times. I don't have a problem getting out into the wild and talking to people. You guys know that. So I think I would rather meet somebody organically and they say, like, hey, do you want to go out sometime? And I would either say yes or no. But I think I would rather it happen out in the world. Or the other way that I think would be a great way to meet someone, and maybe this will happen to me, probably not, because I don't know very many people in my area. This could have happened to me maybe in Kansas City, but I also kind of hope that um, maybe somebody will say, like, hey, I have a really good friend that I think you'd be great with, or my son, or, well, not in my case, my dad. That would be more, that's wow. My son. That's hilarious. I mean, unless she's like 100, I guess. But no, it would definitely be, hey, my dad. Hey, Celeste. Yeah. So I feel like anybody out there might be like, hey, my dad is available. And then I could be like, hey, I hope that your dad becomes my cardio. Excuse me. Hey, rocks in a box. Sorry. Yeah. Katie, Marissa, you know what that's about. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I said my son. That's hilarious. That's never going to happen. Your dad's in Texas, Rain. And honestly, I think about that too. I'm not opposed to, because I do feel so independent now. I kind of like the idea of a long distance. I kind of like the idea of flying back and forth to see somebody. I don't know that I necessarily, I mean this, maybe P. Taylor. That's a great idea too, Debbie Zito. I almost prefer like having dating. I don't want some full-time situation. Like I almost like the idea of somebody being farther away that we have to hop on a plane to go see each other. I'm not against that idea. Do you guys think that's a bad idea? Um I mean, it's whatever works for whoever, but I just don't know that I'm in a place yet where I even want to. The second I even think about dating someone, I'm like, no, because I'm really I enjoy being single right now. I'm really loving not having to answer to anybody. I'm loving just not having to overthink. I'm loving like all those things, like just being free from that. I think about my last marriage and I'm like, no, I was under so much control. I don't want that. And if that's what it's going to be, I'd rather be alone. I would rather be alone. Some folks are more shy. So, yes, you are right, Reese. For those people, online meeting can feel more calm and more safe for them. The other, also, some people are more tech people, so they know how to navigate that realm. I think so too. Rhonda says dating apps are okay, but even then, I don't tell them much. And I only gotten on 3 dates from the app. Yeah. I like that, Katie Fulton. Like, I just like the idea of whoever I end up dating, like him not being so close to me. I don't want him to meet Huxley. Like, there's no chance of that. So there's going to be some serious boundaries and restrictions. And if that's not cool with him, then he's not the guy, right? Like that's okay too. I I am not going to be for everybody. I'm well aware that I am not going to be for everybody. And that's going to be a real thing. I remember not so much Jeff, but Tommy saying to me, like, you have a very big personality. He loved it, right? But like he said, a lot of men will be intimidated by that. You have a very big, very boisterous, loud personality. That's not, hey, Professor Kakan, that's not going to be for every guy. That's not hurtful to me. That's totally okay. Exactly, Lori Lee. None of us are for everybody, right? So I think it will. Hey, Nicole Hazel Miller. I think it will happen when it happens. I'm not in a rush, but at the same time, yeah, Alana. I mean, I don't know, Alana. I don't know that I would call those weak men. I think it's just like everybody has a type, right? Like some men probably prefer a more reserved, quiet female. I'm not going to be that. I'm fairly loud. I know, Zoe, you're right. Okay, Catherine B. I love it for myself right now, personally. Expensive, but so nice. The anticipation for the next visit and the travel make it hotter too. Yes. Yes. As far as hey Toinette, I'm not against the idea of dating somebody that doesn't live in my state. I'm just saying it's not what signatures are on my shirt. This shirt's hilarious. I got this with Angie Moe at the flea market. It's like a real place. North Clayton Tigers, and like everybody signed it. I got it because I was born in 84. Thank you, old Charlie. Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I'm not against guys who don't everybody has a type, right? Like I mean, I don't think I have a type, to be honest. I don't. I'm not sure that I have a type. I'm not even so sure that I'm I said this not too long ago. I don't think that I'm as interested in the older guys. Not that I'm still very interested, but I don't want to happen to me. Yeah, Patty, I don't want to happen to me what happened with Fred. Like, I want to make sure that I have plenty of time with someone. I don't want somebody my age, but I don't know that I want someone super old because I don't want to lose them again, like in a short amount of time. And when I say short amount of time, I mean 5 to 10 years. Like I would rather be able to have, I've always wanted to be with someone for like a 20-year plus period. I think that would be cool. Whenever someone says I've been with my husband for that long, I'm like, that's never going to happen to me. And it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, Rhonda Frank. But somebody recommended to me that I do a dating app, and I just don't. I'm shocked by your guys' responses about a dating app. Everybody said no. I don't think a dating app is going to be for me, to be totally honest with you. I just don't know. But at the same time, you got to leave the house. And I don't really leave the house much. But when I do leave the house, I say hi to everybody, men and women. I talk to people when I'm out. I just don't know. Let me ask you guys this. How organic is it? How organic is it for a like if I'm at Publix, Whole Foods, whatever it is, Trader Joe's, because we have a Trader Joe's now, and I'm actually really loving their salads. Holy hell. They're like $3 and I've been buying like four at a time and I eat them every day. They're so good. Um, let's just say, how does that actually happen in public? Like, is it going to get to that point I am very socially, I talk to everybody, and so that's not a problem. But I feel like I have a cat hair on me. Oh, I did. Um, how What are the chances that I'm in the frozen section of Trader Joe's and I hit it off talking to some guy, which I do that on the regular. I talk to men, I talk to women, I talk to married couples, I talk to everybody. I'm not like on the prowl. I just like to talk to people, right? Shocker. And what are the chances, though, that some guy is going to be like, hey, let's go out? I don't feel like that happens very often, except at Fred's funeral. Jeff did ask me out at Fred's funeral. What a weird place to do that. I guess I could go to some funerals. I would rather go to a wedding. Hey, Tashbits. Tashbit says you're pretty great at socializing online. Dating app might work for you. Widen the net. I think you would be better in person, Reese. So much miscommunication happens by text. God, that's so true, Ree. I really don't even like texting, especially a man. If I'm going to be in a relationship, texting is not where it's at. Texting sucks. Texting is so easy to misunderstand, and then you're not good at communicating with that person. Yadira, what? I met my husband on the bus. Katie Folden, I feel like we don't have problems. Like, that's not the problem, guys. I don't have a problem talking to people. I'm not shy. I will walk up and talk to anybody. But it's like public can be awkward because lots of people don't wear rings that are married. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful to somebody that's married and they're not wearing a ring and I don't know it. Like, it's weird. It's iffy. I don't know. Again, it's not the conversation. I can have a conversation, but leading the conversation into actually going out is a whole other thing. And what are the chances of that happening? Right? Like, I don't know. You have to kiss a few frogs to find your prince. What I mean by that is you will only get out of what you put in it, regardless of how you meet them. You have to ask and try a lot. Teresa, I get that. I don't really want to ask men out, though, at the same time. I'm not against doing it. Like, I kissed Jeff first. I'm not against it, but I also am kind of, I guess, I don't know if you would call it old school, where like I want to be chased. I won't do the chasing ever. That won't happen to me. So I would prefer to be the one that gets asked out. And I mean, I think it's possible. But like dating sites are specifically for that. So like everybody's in their comfort zone because we're on a dating site for this purpose. It's weird in public because it's not the purpose. So like you might think you hit it off with someone and then their wife comes walking down the soup aisle and you're like, "Oh, whoops." Like I don't know. I don't know. You would be attractive in your pics, obviously, but they would miss out on your personality as a lot of people would swipe only looking at pictures. Yeah. Thank you, Violet Butterfly. Hold, please. Why is this doing this, you guys? I'm talking to my mods. Hey, Kiki. Okay. Thank you, Yadira. What's true, Rhonda? That's another thing true to it. That's the other thing, guys. I have been going to eat out by myself. Like my place where I'm comfortable going is First Watch, and a lot of people eat out at First Watch by themselves. What if something like that happened? I'm not comfortable yet doing this. I'm not brave enough, I should say, doing this. I wouldn't want to go sit at a bar somewhere and eat. Plus, I don't drink. Like, I don't mean a bar. I mean a bar in a restaurant, like go up where the single people sit. I don't think I'm comfortable doing that. It sounds like you need to put yourself in situations where people are looking to meet each other on purpose, maybe specific social meetups versus just hoping to be asked out randomly at a store. She couldn't be more spot on about that. Thank you, Anne. I love going to First Watch because I'm loving that bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with the peppers on it. It really rocks my world. Um, take some line dancing lessons. Probably not interested in that, but Teresa is right. That's where I'm going wrong. If I actually want to meet someone organically, I think the right thing to do would be that. Go somewhere. So where would that be? A bar? That's all I can think of. And I don't drink. And I'm not going to go the farmer's market. The farmer's market has a lot of couples. My therapist says to do things you love to do and the person will be there. I love that, Kiki. And your therapist is correct. Thank you, Katie. Bumblebee, that's really kind. Thank you for gifting memberships. How about at a church? Not for me. No, that wouldn't be realistic for me, honestly, P. Taylor, because I'm not a churchgoer and I wouldn't want to give off that impression. Would you think about a hobby or volunteering to find someone with stuff in common? Yeah, but what?
Are you running the dishwasher tonight?
I'll have to go look. I'm not sure. Farmers market is not only couples. How awkward, though. Is the farmers market, are there just single guys walking around like buying banana bread? Not that I've seen. I could go check it out. It's actually not a bad idea. Is it weird for me to just go walk around the farmers market by myself? Is that weird? Reese, I don't go to bars either, but is there a Starbucks in town? You can go there with a mango and see if anyone. I carried a watermelon type situation, Caitlin. Wait, see if anyone is there alone with no ring and offer to buy them a refill. Not sure that I'm that forward, but it's not a bad idea to go to a Starbucks. Reese, you can learn about social meetups and groups online, but then go in person and stay committed to meeting folks. I have another question. I saw that Facebook has a dating app or dating. I saw that at the bottom of my Facebook, it says dating. Has anybody ever done that? Is that like where you're just randomly? The more we talk this out, the more I don't want to be with anyone. I'm serious. I'm not. Go to the zoo. Hey, where'd you get that banana bread? Are you just happy to see me? Dog parks. Yeah, I'd have to drive pretty damn far to get to a dog park. Oh, Zoe got a membership. Thanks, Bumblebee. Hey, Mama Bear. A cooking class or a painting party? That's not really my style. Hey, Michelle P. Guys, I don't really do anything. I don't really do stuff. I'd have to think about what I'd be interested. Softball team. Oh, Lord, no. No athletic stuff for me. But I could see a dog park situation. I don't like dog parks though, because the dogs, I've been told by so many veterinarians, don't ever take your dog to a dog park. It's not a good place for dogs. A library, I could go to a library and say, can you look at the cats running? Huxley's putting the cat food in the canister. I could go to a library and say, can you point me in the direction of the L. Ron Hubbard books, please? Are there any antique shows? I don't know, but I love antiques. And yeah, volunteering at a place is a good idea. And I love doing something like that. I volunteered at a homeless shelter. I did that one year during Thanksgiving. And I really enjoyed it, honestly. Ree, that's not a bad idea. Flea market was pretty good. Car shows would be great. Katie Fulton, praise be to he, girl. A book club, animal rescue, or food bank. Outdoor flea markets. I mean, guys, the sky's kind of the limit because it is about to warm up. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of outdoor opportunities. I'll probably have to go more toward Nashville. Um, the only thing that makes me feel weird about this is doing it by myself. Is that weird? I feel a little weird going. Yeah, Michael Malloy. He's not sure yet, Brittany. He's not sure. Huxley is really into fitness and lifting. Now he's kind of changed his mind about the sports stuff. He doesn't know. I asked him again tonight. He said he's not sure. He might want to do swimming. I think I would definitely volunteer at an animal shelter. It's just I don't like to do that because then I end up bringing one home. Hey, Teresa Bird. I love that violet butterfly. Hey, baby angel. These are all good ideas. Maybe, Kiki. I don't know why I think that's weird, true to it. It's not weird. It's not weird to go places by yourself. I do it all the time. I just think like going to something like a big open thing in Nashville, it's going to be like groups of people. Love you, Caitlin T. Email me, girl. It's going to be like groups of people and me just walking around. I'm going to feel a little weird, but so what? It's 2025. Like there's no rules to anything except that I shouldn't be alive and breathing. I hear that that's a thing, that people don't want me to be here in this space. But other than that, there's no rules, right? As long as I'm the only one collecting a dollar, I'm the only grifter. The other people getting money on YouTube, they're not. Those are the rules. Like that's how that works, just in case you guys needed clarification. But other than that, your life, just don't let me live mine, right? I can't do a dog park either, Lori Lee. I have heard horrible things. And my Chihuahua it was a bad situation at the dog park with him. And I'm not a big fan, but there are some cute dudes there, I'm sure. I agree with that, Anne. No one notices people who are by themselves at outdoor events. Yeah. It sounds like you need to spend some time finding hobbies other than shopping, as this will lead you to other opportunities. Well, shopping won't really lead me anyway to dating someone because the places I shop at are just female places, right? So it's not, and I'm not looking for a guy when I'm shopping. I could, Julia. I totally could. You know what? There's like an outdoor theater my mom told me about here. It's not that far away. I would go do something like that. Like, I think it's like a theater in the park type situation. I mean, that's something I'd probably take Huxley to once or twice, but I could go by myself one night, bring a blanket and some truffle cheese and just sit there. Although I feel like that could attract like a Ted Bundy situation. I don't know. I notice people alone, but I'm a people watcher. Yeah, a theater would be cool if it really exists. And my mom told me about it. I don't know, but that's not a bad idea. Teresa Bird, I would love to come to the UK. Love you, Rocks in a Box. I would love to come to the UK. But there's going to be lots of stuff this summer. And this is my first spring in Tennessee. So I need to live it up. I need to go find stuff to do. Theater in the park does sound fun, Laura DePreet. That's true, Pat Jonas. Yeah, guys, you're giving me some good ideas not to go find a guy, but just to get out of my comfort zone. Like honestly, all of this wrapping this conversation up, all of this actually sounds more fun to go do by myself, not with the intention of meeting a woman, a man, anybody. Lately, I've really been enjoying time with myself, just with my thoughts, gaining confidence in me, knowing I don't need anybody and that I enjoy being alone. I like the company of myself, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to feel comfortable doing that. I shouldn't feel uncomfortable going anywhere alone. I shouldn't feel uncomfortable going to a restaurant by myself. It's not creepy. It's not weird. It's enjoying your own company and it's being confident enough in yourself to just have some alone time. There's nothing wrong with that, Julia. Yeah. To be quite honest, wrapping up this conversation, what I got out of this tonight is that I need to get out and do stuff by myself, not with the intentions of meeting anybody. I don't think I'm ready to do that. I don't think I'm there yet. I think that I went from relationship to relationship to relationship. And I think I'm enjoying right now very much the solitude, the peacefulness, not having to answer to anyone, not having to feel awkward, not having to overthink and unpack stuff with someone and fucking misread them and take it wrong. Because you think when you're single, I get real starry eyed and I'm like, oh, I miss being in a relationship. Yeah. Well, there's also a lot of downfalls and bullshit that comes with relationships too, even the best ones, right? Love you, Vicky Andrews. Even the good ones, it's work. It takes a lot of work. And you don't think about that. I don't think about that as much. I think about like I'd love to go on a date. I'd love to get all dressed up. I'd love to like feel those butterfly feelings again. Yeah. Makes me think of Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids, where she's like, that will go away. It does. Eventually that stuff fades and then you guys disagree on shit. And then you're like going to bed, texting each other weird. Maybe that's just me. I just realized it's probably just me because I'm difficult to get along with. Thank you, Bumblebee. Yeah, Michelle Asbell. I live in Tennessee too. Our community has several different live music events and outdoor public venues during the summer. Take Bo with you. You'll meet people. That's not a bad idea. I wouldn't want to take Gertie. It's really hard to take two dogs on leashes by myself. And Bo is huge and already like tough to wrangle, right? But I would totally love to. I mean, he's the friendliest dog. I wouldn't have to worry about anything. He's so sweet. Bobo? Where is Bobo? Bojangles? What are you doing, Bobo? Yeah, Rhonda Frank. Yeah, P. Taylor. I mean, let's not forget Bobo. Oh, he does this all the time. Look. He wants to show me his babies. Is that your baby? He brings a baby I have a huge basket in the living room of all of his babies. And every single time he picks up a baby and he brings it to me. Every time, every day. I'm picking up babies all over this house. You're such a good boy. And I always wonder, what does that mean? Kestrel, what does it mean? He carries these around everywhere. Everywhere. Like if I call him, he goes over to his basket and he picks up a baby and he brings it. It's like it reminds me of like a child with a security blanket. You're a good boy. He's a good boy. And he's a good person, but he won't kiss his mom. We wish that you'd kiss your mom. Kiss your mom. No. Okay. There's your baby. Take your baby. Oh my God. It's so cute. Is that what it means? He trusts you? I always wonder. Yes, it's like a security blanket. So I have to get up in the middle of the night. I usually get up and let him out. Like sometime around 5 a.m, I'll let him out. The second he comes back in, he goes to his toy box, he picks up a baby and he jumps up on the bed with it. Every morning, I will pick up like 6 babies off the bed. He will grab a baby and he'll carry it around the house with him. And it is so cute. It is. I just wonder, I don't know, Rain, because it doesn't bother me because I'm his mother. She says, if he eats poop, why do you want him to kiss you? Because I love dogs that much. You know what? My therapist said to me on Monday or Tuesday, whenever I had therapy, and then I'll end this. He said, this was weird, by the way. It made me feel weird. At the end of our session, he goes, I don't say this lightly. He goes, but I think it sounds like you need a hug. And I was like, what? Gross. No. I was like, what gives you that impression? He goes, I really do think that. He said, kind of feels like you need a hug. And I said, you know what's weird? I said, a lot of people in my channel will write that in the comments. They'll put like, I wish I could hug you through the screen. He goes, that's because people can tell that you need a hug. And I was like, ooh, I'm not a huggy person. I will hug you, but like, it's not my go-to. And he goes, so you don't hug a lot? And I said, I mean, I hug Huxley sometimes. And he goes, do you hug your mom? And I said, no, we're not huggy. We never were. And he said, what about your animals? And I said, all day long. And he went, really? And And I said, all day long. Like, Bo is so tall. When I'm sitting, he will walk up to me and lay his head right here. And it's like a real human. Like, we just hug for a good minute and a half. He'll just stay there. And of course, Gertie, every morning, the first thing before I get out of bed is she jumps up on my chest and starts kissing me. And I just lay there holding her for like a good couple of minutes. Yeah, I guess it's a real thing, Katie. He asked me, he goes, do you hug when you're in a relationship? And I said, oh, yeah, that's a different story. One of the biggest things I miss about Jeff in particular, Jeff was very touchy, huggy, and I am touchy, huggy in a relationship. Tommy was not like that. Jeff spoke my effing love language when it came to that. And he used to sit on our couch and I would come from another room or I would see him sitting there like at the end of the day after work. And Jeff was big and it really turned me on. Like I loved how big he was in size. And I would climb on top of Jeff and I would just climb into his lap and I would lay on his shoulder and I would just hug him. And I do miss that. When I'm with a guy, I am very clingy, touchy, lovey-dovey like that. I am. And I do miss that. Ew, you can hire a professional snuggler. I need to get paid to be doing that. Between that, my YouTube grifting gig, my sad fishing gig here, and my tiny Jesus con, I think we need to become a professional snuggler because I am cuddly. Like especially because I have a fupa. Like I would charge extra if you wanted to hold on to it, but I would let someone do it. Not from my therapist. My therapist and I talk on a screen. So no, he didn't mean hug me. Hugs are healing. I'm so grateful for my friends who hug me and tell me they love me whenever they see me. It's a different type of intimacy when you get that from a romantic. See, I wouldn't know, Teresa. I'm not a huggy person. Scientologists are not huggy. I agree, Donna Cooper. She says, enjoy your freedom. And I agree with this. That's weird, Alana. I love this, and I'm going to choose to believe it. I'm serious. You're going to end up with someone who is big and huggable and non-toxic. I believe her. I think that will happen for me. I would be okay if it didn't happen, but I think it will. I love to be in love. I love to love people, and I think it will happen for me. I think he'll be cuddly, snuggly, and a big dude. I like big guys. I do. Yeah. Me too, little bubble. I'm huggy, but that's not my go-to to like go up and hug someone. And whenever I meet you guys out in the wild, I say, like, can I hug you? I will ask first because I usually do. I remember when I first met Liz Tricks, I hugged the shit out of her. Laura Dupree, hey, Carrie Ann, like everybody that I've met, very huggy. Yeah, very huggy. It's a different situation when I meet you guys. If you're like a stranger, I feel weird hugging people, but like if I know you, yeah, I'm a hugger. Rain virus, that is so true. Professional snuggling falls under the umbrella of term of sex work and is so important for people who isolate and haven't spent time building relationships. I could see that, Teresa. Hugs are very personal. Need to be boundaries and consent. I agree with that, Renee B. That's why I always say, can I hug you? Is it okay if I hug you? Because I don't get people who just go up and just hug. I think it's weird. I think it's really weird. It's like when I was pregnant, this didn't bother me, but I know a lot of women who have been pregnant and it bothered. And you know what I'm about to say. People who come up and touch your stomach like it's a crystal ball. It's weird. And I remember being at Target more than once when I was pregnant, like women coming up and being like, oh, and I mean, I never said anything, but in my mind, every time I was like, what if you weren't pregnant? Like you, ma'am, like what if I just went up and started rubbing your stomach and you didn't have a baby in there? Is that equally okay? Like, is that all right? It's weird to me to just go up and touch someone's pregnant stomach. Again, I never told anyone, hey, don't do that. But like, what if I did that? Do you mind if I reciprocate? You don't mind if I just start rubbing your fupa, do you? That's weird, right? It's weird. Yeah, it's odd, but their heart was probably not like it was always older ladies and like I didn't want to shame them, but it is weird. It's weird when people just go up and like rub your stomach. I think it's weird. And that happened to me several times. That's crazy true to it. Yeah, Julia. It's a slippery slope. Relationships are a slippery slope. I am not going to just take kindly to any guy. I am not going to just accept anyone into my life at this point. And I feel that way about everybody else. Men, women, like not everybody gets access to me anymore. I don't just give up information like I used to. I don't feel like I'm entitled to answer questions if I don't want to. Like, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sound like I'm on a high horse, but I think everybody should be that way. Not everyone should have access to you. People use you for a lot of things. People can be snakes and say they're one thing and not be, right? And that's happened to me so many times. So at this point, not everybody gets access to me. It's just the way it is. And I can't wait for the rumors to fly. Yes, Pat Jonas. Yes. On that note, guys, I think we gave them enough tonight to work with. Please hit subscribe on your way out if you feel so. And I should be back tomorrow. There's no reason not to. I'm excited that this weekend is Mother's Day weekend. Ooh, yeah, Teresa. That's so inappropriate. I have not celebrated Mother's Day as a Scientologist. Yes, Joe, as a Scientologist. And the pharmacist said to me today when I picked up my medicine, love you, Alana. Huxley was with me, of course. We were at Costco and he said, have a good Mother's Day weekend. I almost started crying because I was like, oh my God, we don't even recognize that in Scientology. So it was really special to me. Like, that's very validating. That was very kind of him to say. I said, that is so nice of you. I was like, thank you, sir. And he said, yeah, have a great Mother's Day weekend. And that's to all of you. And again, we'll talk about this a little more, but that's to everyone who's lost their moms. I keep thinking about that. I think about Kestrel and Rain, and I just think about, love you, Mary Barons. I think about the people who don't have mothers this weekend. That's going to be really hard for you. So don't feel like you don't count. We're thinking about you and we love you. It means a lot to me that we validate you and the feelings of your loss that are probably creeping up and making you very sad. But I love you guys. And it's exciting to me to, I'm sorry, Joe, to be outside of Scientology. I love you, Teresa. Be outside of Scientology and be able to celebrate Mother's Day. Yeah, Kestrel. It's important to me to recognize it this weekend for me and Hux because I never really got to do that much. And that's new. So I love that. I love you guys, and I should see you tomorrow. And thanks for staying with me. Sorry it was a late night again. Sorry to the UK people, but thank you for the replay crew. Happy birthday, heavenly birthday to your mom, Rain Virus, tomorrow. I'm sorry, babe. That's going to be hard. Birthday and Mother's Day. We're thinking of you, Rain. Thank you, Wine, a little bit more. And I love you guys. And thank you for all the super chats. Thank you so much for the memberships. I appreciate that. But I really do appreciate your time, guys. Thank you for being here with me. Love you, Rhonda Frank. Don't worry, Rhonda Frank. We'll find somebody. Love you, Joe. All right, everybody. Here comes Fred, and I should see you tomorrow.